I met her dad at high school. We were like the sweetheart from high school. We met when we were like I was 14 when I met him. And then 2 years later, with 16, I got pregnant. Then I had to fight against all my family to keep the baby. And I remember that I was like, I don't want to have this karma. And people were, what are you bringing? What do you know about karma? And I was very strong about my decision. And then they start to, you have to go to a psychiatric or something like that because you're not. And I went there and I was like, you guys are not going to do this with me.
Wow.
But in the other hand, I really had to handle this. Like my dad was very like straight, like, okay, that's your decision, you're going to be the mom. I'm not going to hire a nanny for you. You're going to be there. I was in a private school in Rio and they didn't allow me to stay there
because of the
pregnancy. And then I have to change my school for another private. And then in the other private, you cannot study in the morning. You have to study at night. And my life was like, whoa. And then I start to feel like the prejudice and the rejection of people like very young. And I was not doing nothing like wrong, like committing something like bad for the society or a crime or anything like that.
Right.
And this gave me a lot of compassion because I can imagine that people with racism or like genders or they feel like that. Like, what did I do? It's just my choice. Why you are looking at me with this like I am bad or I'm doing something wrong? I'm just like being myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I could not connect the signs. But the first thing that I bought when I came to Los Angeles was my yoga mat.
Do you still have that mat?
Yes, I still.
Oh my God!
Because I was like, but just for practicing yoga, because I already practiced yoga in Brazil. And I was like, and I found this place in Santa Monica. Then it was like power yoga with Brian Cass. But I didn't know anything about him. But I was always like, oh my God, his class is so good. But I didn't know that he was like very well on anything about yoga here.
Yeah, some notoriety there.
No.
You're just like, oh yeah, I have a great teacher.
Yeah. Great teacher, loved the class. And I bought my mat and I was always practicing yoga. Yoga's helped me a lot in the whole process of living outside of my country, like and feel in peace with myself and keep strong to raise my daughter and give her the best direction I could. In my teacher training, there was a lot of people with psychological traumas and I could see how strong and how important yoga can be in someone's life. And not just like a exercise or lifestyle, but like you can really heal things through yoga. But it's definitely like a process of self-healing for me too. I'm really going like deep into my scars, and emotions and I could not express on that time. And I can forgive myself for mistakes and things. And I thought, I cannot think that. Yes, you can. So you're fine. You're just like 16, but you're fine. I'm here now with my 41 and I still think things like you did when you're 16, we're fine. We're going to be a good mom. We're going to take responsibility. And that's what parenthood is.